Just a touch of love, a little bit, just a touch, ba-doom doom, ba-doom doom 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 doom, just a touch of love, a little bit, just a touch, ba-doom doom, ba-doom doom 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 doom. Make me shine, baby, just a little bit, just a little bit. With just a touch of love's in my mind, baby, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Keep me high, baby, just a little bit. Just a little bit. With just a touch of love. Can we spend some time? Spend some time. Hello, folks. That was my best rendition of the great Steve Arrington from Slave. Back in the 70s and 80s, Slave, they were all about the Blackula and the funk, and they were one of the funkiest bands to ever compose R&B on the planet. Today, we are highlighting the multi-gram bar, or the multi-square bar, from the Royal Canadian Mint. This thing has it all. It has the, I believe, half ounce. It has the 10th ounce, and it also has 20th ounce. Okay? So, yeah, let me correct that. Yeah, quarter ounce, 10th ounce, and 20th ounce breakaway bars. These are breakaway bars from the Royal Canadian Mint. So this is fractional silver we're talking about today. Fractional silver we're talking about today. Slave was talking about spending some time. We're going to spend some time talking today. Guys, what a week it's been. Good Lord, it's just been crazy all week between the market gyrations and, spot prices going crazy. We talked about that yesterday. And all the different, things that people are trying to do to position themselves for what's going on right now. I'm going to back up a little bit, and I'm going to tell you some things, again, about my style of stacking. Now, you guys know I've said ad nauseum that I am a big-time risk taker when it comes to stacking silver, and I never really all put it together until I had time to think about it. And my problem is I've never felt that I've had the luxury of time, and I'll give you just a little slight background on that. For me, time has always been at a premium because the lifelines in my family are not very long. And we do have some people that are fairly long-lived. I don't think anybody's made it past 76, but I can tell you in my nuclear family, 36 was about the max. My dad passed away when he was 48, so that's not true. Yeah, he passed away when he was 48. Mom was 39, and my sister was 36, so the minimum departure age for us was 36. But yeah, anyway, so, once I got to 50, I was really, really concerned about my mortality. And I've kind of always had that in the back of my mind. I've always pushed and gone really fast and really just kind of accelerated everything in my life. And I think that's driven a lot of people close to me crazy. And, they think I'm crazy as a result. But the takeaway is that if we don't assume we have the luxury of time, we tend to do things of meaning more and sooner. So not trying to soapbox on that. But, so yes, for me, the whole idea of stacking silver has been one of franticness. The instant I started in 2013 and I watched Mike Maloney's Hidden Secrets of Money. If you haven't seen that series, Hidden Secrets of Money by Mike Maloney, you really should look into it. It is amazing. 7 parts, and I think like 10 parts now, but they're all done very nice documentary style, and it's a very cool series, very well laid out. Anybody can understand. By the time you get done with it, you'll be an expert on macroeconomics, I think. You can throw some other guys in there, Jim Rickards, James Grant, and just kind of boost your education on that. But the thing about macroeconomics that I love is that it gives you a slight window into the future as to the trends that are heading our way. I can tell you right now, the trend with this, COVID-19 virus, it caught me completely flat-footed. I had no idea that we're going to get hit by something like this. I knew the economic system was weak, but I didn't know it would be weakened completely by this new virus that's out there. Today, I'm going to talk some more about, prices and, what's going to be happening here, I think, in the markets later on. I've been looking around at the retail sites, and I can see that a lot of the premium stuff is still available. So, your older Libertas and your older Eagles graded stuff is out there and things like that. And so it's the bullion grade BU stuff that's apparently going to be more difficult. to get a hold of, especially anywhere close to spot price. You're not going to do that. I talked to a couple of guys last night in my comments that found, they've got coin shops that are willing to work with them, $4 or $5 over spot. I recommended that they buy at those prices if they had the cash to do it, because we're getting really close to the end of, I think, this financial system and this wealth cycle. The last wealth cycle, of course, was stocks. And if you were in the stock market the last 6, 7, 8 years, and the last 11 years, you actually did very well. I had the opportunity to trade the stock markets back then, but that opportunity was lost, and probably could have did very well. So that's what made me deviate to metals, because I felt I had to make up time. There's that word again, time. And so living at an accelerated pace, people look at you and they go, wow, this guy is out of his mind. But, Noah was out of his mind until the rains came. And I'm not saying I'm Noah. I'm not trying to equivocate myself to something biblical. I'm just saying that, usually the people that do the weird stuff bear a little more attention, to see if they're just completely nuts or if maybe they're onto something. I don't know. I might be onto something with this silver thing. It seems that people are beginning to recognize that it's more than just metal. It actually is money, okay? And that paper dollars and paper currencies are exactly that, currencies, okay? So, today, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to poke around and see what I can see on the forums and on the websites and stuff like that. But this whole idea of, isolating in place, they want us to do, just try to stay in small groups, if you're going to travel, just stay in small groups of people, don't be doing any large, social gathering things. The trick for that is, and this is from Dr. John Campbell's site, his channel on YouTube, is to basically stem the tide and the waves of critical care needs. So the more people that, overrun or overload the hospitals, the better the chance of people missing out on critical care, because the hospitals are full, can't get them in, and that's where your big numbers and your big losses come from. We want to try to avoid that. So I know I'm a big anti-government guy, but in this particular case here, when you hear something from your governor that's talking about being prudent in terms of your social behavior, especially to you young people out there, if you don't do it any other time in your life, please do it this time, okay? Just try to be, aware and conscious. And I tell you right now, once you get hit with a loss close to home, you'll wake up and you'll see why it's important for us to do that. I don't want to get preachy here. I'm going to talk about metal. So, when it comes to silver, I talked about all of the contortions I've gone through to acquire the amount I've acquired. I think now I'm probably up to 15,400 ounces. Okay, I was never intending to go that far. It'd be nice to get to a ton. Not going to happen. Ton will be 24,000 ounces. Not going to happen. I'm completely tapped out. I've pushed myself to the absolute limit. Every resource I've had to the absolute limit, and I don't even know if I'm going to buy anymore. I bought those 40 water buffaloes yesterday, and I think that was probably it. And a funny thing too, about hyperinflation, I'm going to get on that for a second, is hyperinflation, of course, is when there's too much actual cash chasing after a limited number of goods and services. Okay, we know that services are about to be out because the government's saying that, a lot of businesses need to stop, providing those things and, stay into the social isolation thing like everybody else. But also the amount of goods out there. If you look in the stores, of course, shelves are emptier and, all this stuff, and people are buying, which is good because they're getting ready to hole up and they're getting ready to, hunker down and stuff. But what's going to happen is they're, in some cases, still going to have their income. For the people that aren't going to have their incomes, the government's going to step in and they're going to provide stipends and living allowances, and that's going to be very helpful, by the way. Again, I am not a big government guy, but in this particular case, I say open the coffers and let, people have some financial freedom. Even better than that, just declare a debt holiday. Just declare a bill holiday, a holiday on bills, a holiday on debts. Just put a moratorium on them until, further notice. And then once things start to stabilize again, have people, start to recommit to paying their bills. I'm all about paying your bills. If you purchased and you enjoyed, said products and services, then you need to pay up. You need to pay your bills, pay your way, take responsibility for your choices, your shopping, your goods, all your stuff. Take responsibility for your behavior. It's just a good way to go. All right. But think about this. If a declaration against bills and debt, is the rule of the day, how much cash will you actually need to survive? I mean, you'll need some to get stuff, but that's really about it. You don't have to worry about the other things. If they really want to make a difference, printing all this cash isn't going to be the answer to it. If you just remove the need to use a lot of cash, like those moratoriums I just mentioned, then it saves a lot of printing and a lot of problems. All right, everybody's taking a hit. So if everybody's taking a hit, then those debtees, the people that are collecting debt from us, collecting bills from us, they need to do their fair share, put some skin in the game, and say, okay, we're on board with this, and we'll see you on the other side. So, lots of rambling today. I love a good Saturday. I slept in. You probably realized this. I owe an apology to my subscribers. I said I was going to do something yesterday afternoon. Was completely out of gas. Didn't get in till 8 last night, and so that was a trip, straight to the shower and straight to bed. So here we are today. Back to me. Because, as Paul the Apostle says, if you're an idiot, at least you know enough about yourself, so you could definitely talk about yourself. So, I can talk about myself. Look here, 15,400 ounces. Not trying to beat anybody over the head with that. I'm just telling you the road to this point, it had its mechanisms that made it work. Did you know that Silver 5150, over the last 6 years, has given away over 300 ounces of silver to kids, to friends, to family members? I didn't realize until somebody made me recall it. But out of all the silver that I've stacked, I've actually given away over 300 ounces over the last 6 years. And it felt good doing it. I didn't realize that was happening at the time. I was just doing it at random, doing it when it felt right, doing when I felt moved, doing it when I felt moved to do it. I think God moved me to do a lot of that. And I'm going to get spiritual here on you. When you try to outgive God, and He is in your life, and He is in everybody's life, you will reap a serious abundance. There is no way, looking at the books, that a high school dropout like myself should own that much silver. But again, like I was telling you guys yesterday, I did it by not focusing on what I was paying, but the amount of time I had to acquire. And I did everything I could to acquire as much as I could. I think I'm done now, but I think that worked out really well. Now, what is the benefit of all this? In some cases, we're being told we have a limited time to be here now. In some cases, we're told we don't know how long we're going to be holed up now. And we certainly don't know what kind of world's going to be on the other side for us now. Do I need 15,000 ounces of silver? Nope. Did I want 15 plus thousand ounces of silver? You bet your sweet bippy. And what am I going to do with it? I'm going to share it with all of my friends and family. I'm going to use it to have a fun, rich life with those people who are close to me, and that includes my YouTube family. I'll be dropping in on some of them. They don't know it yet, but I will be. And some of them I'm going to drag along, and we're going to go travel and stuff and everything, and we're just going to sit and chat and maybe do a couple of, videos together and stuff like that. But this is our chance to get some real perspective, guys. Some real perspective. If you knew you only had half the time you thought you had, how would you live your life? If you knew you had maybe even less time of that, how would you treat people? How do you treat people now? Because that's really all we got. All we really got is each other. Yeah, we got silver. We got, toilet paper, if that's your thing, this sort of thing. And we've got our careers and we've got our families and all that. But, how are you treating people when you see them? When you see a homeless guy that's taking his time across a crosswalk and is causing the light to take a long time, you're going to be late for work. What are your thoughts? Okay? Not trying to reach into your psyche or anything, or trying to make you second guess if you're a good person. You know you're a good person. You don't need anybody to tell you that. So, just a little bit of perspective there. But yeah, I've given away quite a bit of silver. I have more silver than I need, and I'm going to use it to enrich the lives of those around me who I can. Because that's why God made it. He made it for us to share, to use, to enrich other people's lives. And, no harm in, enriching your own life too. So, a long video today. And a really bad rendition of Slave. Steve Arrington and Slave. If you haven't checked them out, go on YouTube. And check out some of their old tracks, man. That's probably like the hardest vocal effort I've ever had to do. And I don't know if I want to do that again. I might try a little bit later. But the songs will keep on coming for those of you that like the singing. Some of the voiceover work, where we're doing like impersonations of voices and movie clips and stuff like that, that's going to continue. I'm Silver 5150. I won't stop doing that, and I won't stop doing these videos, and I won't stop talking to you guys about these things that are going down. As the days roll on, we are going to rely on one another for a social outlet. YouTube family, you guys that are posting videos, I appreciate every single one of you. I can't even go down a list right now. There's so many of you. But, Silver Game of Thrones, me and him, we had a good time yesterday going back and forth about, the value of silver versus prices and stuff. And Florida Stacker, he's always putting out some really good stuff. And Silver Joker's always putting out some really good stuff. Silver Britches, all these guys out there. We'll shout out to each other, and we'll do more of these videos. Watch these videos, because the videos are not just about cool silver, which these are very cool. And these retail right now, if you can get them, for about $70. And it's only 3 ounces of silver. The premium. I know, the premium is ridiculous. The premium is like $7 on these, if you can get them. I didn't think about it. I just bought them. So, anyway, check everything out, guys. Stay aware. Stay prepared. If you haven't seen my videos on cellular immunity, go back a couple of weeks. They're in there telling you the things I'm doing to keep my body hardened against the coronavirus. Because when it shows up and it tries to get into my body, I want it to be like somebody who is a level 1 street fighter walking into a dojo in Shanghai and totally getting his ass whooped. Yes, I said ass. All right? Just do all these things, man. Let's get to the other side of this and let's have some fun. And I'll see if I can get you guys another video tonight if you're interested in watching. Thank you, by the way, for getting me over 500 subs. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. I am totally, totally stoked. Going to have a celebration over that with some food here in a bit. So, thank you guys. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. And share, subscribe, thumbs up, and I'll see you later.